I would like to request our Yadav Company Sir, Minister of Education, Honour Secretary, to have in the desk. I'd like to request Sampa Kumari Guru to welcome all our visitors and our ma'ams or please clap. Thank you, ma'am.
थुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली सायो थुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली प्रकृतिका कोटि कोटि सम्पदाको आचल वीरहरूका राजधानी स्वतन्त्र अटल ज्ञान भूमि शान्ति भूमि तराई पहाड हिमाल अखण्ड यो प्यारो हाम्रो मातृभूमि नेपाल बहु जाति भाषा धर्म संस्कृति छन् विशाल अग्रगामी राष्ट्र हाम्रो जय जय नेपाल।
Now I am from Lumini Institute in Bhairava. I have been working in this institute for 23 years.
And you are the president of Lumini Library Association?
I am president of Lumini Association of...
My name is Sampa Kumari Guru, Deputy Librarian, Ayurveda Campus, Executive Member of NLA, in my district, Upolunga.
Namaskar, good morning. I am Krishna Kumari Mananda from LIMSEC Library Management and Information Service Center. I am the treasurer of that LIMSEC.
Namaskar, good morning. I am Radhika Bajracharya from TUCL, Deputy Librarian.
Namaste, good morning. I am Sharada Shivapati, Chairperson, School Library Association.
Namaste, I am Bhuma Banjari from Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, Library of Sri Namaste, I am from
I am Ekiraj Bhatta on behalf of Nepal Library Foundation. Thank you.
I am Vijay Sharma, President USA.
Namaste and good morning. I am Sharat Kasar from the Asa Archives.
Of you, and a very warm morning. My name is Joyce Roy and I am from the Collins Market. I represent Bratton College Library. Namaste, I am Narayan Bhattrai from Nepal Rashtriya Pustakalaya, Mechinaga Dulabari.
Namaskar. Yadav Chandra Nirola, Under Secretary, Ministry of Education.
Namaskar. IP Adhikari
from Tribhuvan Vishwavidyalaya, Tribhuvan University Central Library.
Namaste, I am Juzabhai Bangal from Kathmandu Valley Public Library.
Namaste, Bhola Srashta from Delhi Raman Regni Library. I am the president of the Reg Nepal.
Namaste, I am Premila Gavage from Sri Lanka, IFLA co-trainer for this workshop.
Namaste, I'm Jill Hallam with the Australian Library and Information Association and IFLA and co-trainer with Premila for this event.
Namaste, I am Gita Thapa, president of Nepal Library Association.
Everybody. Jill and Premila and chairperson Madam Gita. I am going to speak in Nepali. Please help them to, if there is any necessity to translate. Gita is there and Juzi is also there. Nepal Library Association यो बीएसएलले बिल्डिङ स्ट्रङ लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसनको जुन प्रोग्रामहरू इफ्लासँग मिलेर अगाडि बढाएको छ यो ज्यादै नै राम्रो प्रोग्राम हो। योभन्दा अगाडि पनि एनसीएलए नेपाल कम्युनिटी लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसनले 2011 मा यो बीएसएलए को प्रोग्राम गरेको थियो। त्यो एकदम प्रोग्राम चाहिँ सक्सेस भयो, तर एनसीएलए चाहिँ त्यति अगाडि बढाउन सकेन। त्यस्तै यहाँनिर एउटा म यहाँनिर एउटा के रिमाइन्ड गर्न चाहन्छु हजुरहरू सबैलाई भने नेपालले 2005 मा इफ्लाको सहयोगमा नेपालमा इम्पावरिङ लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसनको 2 दिनको वर्कसप गरेको थियौं। 2005 मा Empowering Library Association with support from IFLA. यो पनि अब धेरै भइसक्यो, तर हामीले धेरै जस्तो यो सेमिनारहरू, कार्यशालाहरू, गोष्ठीहरू गर्छौं, तर त्यसको इम्प्लिमेन्टको पार्ट आएपछि अलिकति हामी पछाडि किन हो। वास्तवमा यो 3 दिनको जुन यो कार्यक्रम छ, हामीसँग we had 2 experts from Australia, from Sri Lanka. Premila, I know her very, very well from the very beginning. 2007, I met her in Colombo. 2 जना एक्सपर्टहरु हुनुहुन्छ। 3 दिनसम्म हामीले उहाँहरूलाई कसरी लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसनलाई स्ट्रङ बनाउने भन्ने कुराहरुमा उहाँहरूले विशेष ध्यान दिन्छ र हामीलाई अलिअलि डर लाग्छ, किनकि युवा लाइब्रेरियनहरुको जुन सहभागिताको कुराहरु गर्दाखेरि धेरै हामी कम छौं। यो 3 दिनको लाइब्रेरी सायद यो टाइम म्यानेजमेन्टको कुराहरु पनि आउँछ होला। हामी टाइम म्यानेजमेन्टलाई पनि ख्याल गर्दैनौं। अहिले हामीले 9 बजे सुरु गर्ने कार्यक्रममा अहिले यति बेला भइसकेको छ, कति 10 साढे 9 भइसकेको छ। 9 बजे सुरु गर्नुपर्ने कार्यक्रम अझ पनि हाम्रो पार्टिसिपेन्ट्सहरु आइपुगेको छैन र यो कुराहरु हामीले कहिले सिक्ने, यही 3 दिनमा हामीले सिक्नुपर्छ। र त्यस्तै गरेर यो लिडरशिपको कुराहरु सायद यो 3 डेजको कार्यक्रममा लिडरशिपको कुराहरु पनि आउँछ। नेतृत्व राम्रो भएन भने त्यो संस्थालाई विकास गर्न गाह्रो पर्छ। त्यसैले नेतृत्वको कुराहरु पनि ठूलो कुराहरु हो। कसरी नेतृत्वको विकास हुन्छ भन्ने कुराहरु सायद आउँछ होला। लिडरशिप सबभन्दा ठूलो कुरो भने सस्टेनेबिलिटी हो। हाम्रो नेपाल लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसनलाई एउटा सस्टेनेबिलिटीको 1980 मा नेपाल लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसन इस्टाब्लिश भएको। In 1980 Nepal Library Association was established. It's a long history, but still we don't have the room or our own building or room still. So sustainability ko kurahar pani aउँछ is the most important. Sustainability also within the 3 days workshop, the sustainability is also will learn from our 2 experts. And पार्टनरशिप चाहिँ एकदम ठूलो कुरा हो। अबको यो 21औं शताब्दीमा विदाउट पार्टनरशिपमा हामीले के पनि गर्छ, एक्लैले के गर्छु भनेर अहिले नेपालको चुनाव हेर्नु न, एक्लै यहाँ सबै लडाइहाले के हुन्छ हालत है। क्लियर हुनु पर्यो। हाम्रो मिसन क्लियर हुनु पर्यो, त्यसपछि नै हामी गन्तव्यमा पुग्न सक्छौँ। अब यसको लागि एडभोकेट गर्नु पर्यो। नेपालमा अहिलेसम्म पनि लाइब्रेरी कानुन छैन। नेसनल लाइब्रेरी ढलेको भूकम्प आएपछि कति दिन भइसक्यो। त्यसको पनि किनकि यो सबै हामी लाइब्रेरियनहरूको एडभोकेसीको कमीले गर्दाखेरि हो हैन। एउटा गोविन्द केसीले थर्काएर एउटा कानुन पास गराउन सक्यो भने हामी लाइब्रेरियनहरूले किन नसक्ने? यो किनकि हाम्रो एडभोकेसीको कम। यी सबै कुराहरू we learn within this 3 days period. हामीले 3 दिनमा यी कुराहरू सिक्छौँ र साथीहरूलाई म विशेष के रिक्वेस्ट गर्छु भने तपाईहरुले यो 3 दिनमा एकदम ध्यानपूर्वक समयलाई ख्याल गरेर सुन्नु होला, शेयर गर्नु, आफ्नो नलेजहरू शेयर गर्नु होला र आफूलाई लागेको कुराहरू तपाईहरुले नेपालीमै प्रश्न गरे पनि हुन्छ, उहाँले ट्रान्सलेट गरिदिनुहुन्छ, यहाँ साथीहरूले गर्न पनि उहाँले हामीले सिक्न सक्छौँ। त्यसैले यो कुरालाई चाहिँ विशेष ध्यान दिएर हामीले अगाडि बढ्न सकेकोमा अवश्य पनि एक दिन हाम्रो नेपाल लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसन स्ट्रङ बन्ने नै छ। We are very grateful to the IFLA who provided this project to the Nepal. This is not the first time. In 2011 also, IFLA provided this BSLA program to the NCLA, but today I have not seen the NCLA. You know, ma'am, I'm NCLA.
Deepak Adhikari, NCLA, right?
Oh?
Deepak Bhai आउनुभएको थियो।
Where is Deepak from NCLA 2011?
लमजुङबाट दीपक अधिकारी आउनुभएको थियो, मलाई चाहिँ फोन गर्नुभएको थियो।
आउनुहुन्छ, आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ होला, ठिक छ। यो छ, त्यसैले हामी 3 दिन एकदम ध्यानपूर्वक उहाँले जे भन्छ त्यो कुराहरू सुनौँ, सिकौँ। यदि भन्दै म आफ्नो मन्तव्य यति गर्छु। धन्यवाद।
First, our IFLA person, IFLA resource person, Gillian Helen, to give some remarks.
From Pramila, has been very generous in supporting library associations across the world. IFLA headquarters was able to negotiate with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to get the money to support this program, which is extended now, as you say, over almost 10 years. It's been going for a very long time. So it's been a great opportunity for library associations in many countries and many regions to work together and to promote and advocate for the role of libraries in different parts of the world. Myself, I've been a trainer with the IFLA program since 2010, and I've worked with very many countries across the world. I was with Ukraine on their 3-year program, then I've worked with Micronesia, I've done work with Sri Lanka, and then been involved in a lot of regional activities in the Asia-Oceania region. Every program that we deliver is different. There's core materials that we draw on, but every context is going to be different. The people we work with are all very different. And so it's certainly not boring from our side to work with another new group again. We learn from you as much as you learn from us. And so I think it's going to be a really happy and productive few days. Our welcome in Nepal so far has been so warm and so generous. So we really do look forward to working with you and helping all of the library associations in this country become stronger and more sustainable, as you have mentioned. So thank you for the invitation to be here, and I'm really looking forward to working with you.
Our Pramila Gamas from Colombia, resource person of IFLA.
Good morning and namaste. I think my co-trainer Jill has already spoken on behalf of me as well, but I'm really happy to be here, and as a co-trainer I also have trained in many countries with different capacity. Like she said, it's always a novel experience even for us, and we always learn from our participants, other library associations that we work with. And IFLA Building Strong Library Association program is a very wonderful program to be stronger, to make your association stronger. And we have seen evidence after our trainings in many countries. Therefore, I'm sure you will be take a lot from these 3 days, and make your library association much stronger, and you will be able to work with all the other associations in partnership and collaboration in Nepal and regions, and as well as IFLA. I request you to be inspired, be actively participate, and there is a lot of work that you are going to do, not us, and we are going to learn from you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
To run this BSLA program in Nepal. So I want to share my feelings that IFLA is one of the ocean of knowledge in library and information field. And we are going to get some drops from this ocean, from also resource persons, knowledgeable resource persons. They are flowing the knowledge to you, and how much capacity you will have to take the knowledge from them. That if you take some, what type of pot to get water from the ocean, that is the knowledge, that what type of, how much knowledge you can get from the ocean of the knowledge. So it depends to you. I hope you will receive as much knowledge as you can, and you will be able to apply in this country to build the strong library associations in Nepal. That is our objective. I want to share some information that how we get the BSLA project. We have 4 objectives from the BSLA project. One, national workshop we already handled in September, and this is the second phase of work, that is the TOT program. This is going to held in 3 days. And one is the translation of BSLA training package. That I have given the responsibility to my colleague Juju Bhai sir, making the report of all these BSLA workshop in Nepal and all the translating of this BSLA package in Nepali language. So that you are the key person to handle that type of workshop continuity in our community libraries. So we'll frequently can handle in our Nepali language. Some may not understand in English language, so community libraries, the people will be very applicable to have their national tongue, so they can run this type of program themselves. But you are the key persons to run the training. So that third and fourth page is the web page is under construction. And we are going to put all the activities in our web page to disseminate the information in the worldwide. So that we have all this video also. We'll put all these videos, photos in our website. So hope you will get the knowledge from our resource persons. म नेपालीबाट एउटा के भन्न चाहन्छु भन्देखि हामीले काम त नेपालमा धेरै गर्न आत्मसाक्षी राखेर हामी गर्ने हो काम। तर मैले चाहिँ नि इफ्लामा पार्टिसिपेन्ट पठाउँदाखेरिमा 32 जनाको उहाँले 30 जना भन्दा बढी नपठाउनु भनेर भन्नुभएको थियो। त्यतिबेला मैले कन्फर्मेसन माग्दाखेरिमा तपाईहरुको 32 जनासम्मको कन्फर्मेसन आयो। तपाईहरुको कन्फर्मेसन आएपछि मात्रै इफ्लामा मैले लिस्टिङ पठाएको म्यामलाई। अब त्यहाँ 32 जनाको लिस्टिङमा अहिले हामी कति जना छौं त हेर्नु न। यो चाहिँ एउटा अलिकति मलाई अलिकति लाज लाग्ने जस्तो फिलिङ भइराछ कि हाम्रो मेसै भनेको छैन। उहाँले 30 जना भन्दा नबढाउनुस्, तपाईको पार्टिसिपेन्ट भन्दा पनि होइन, हामी त 32 जना राख्नुपर्छ, मेरो कन्फर्मेसन आइसकेको छ भनेर मैले त्यसरी करेस्पोन्डेन्स गरे। अहिले हेर्दाखेरि हाम्रो यति छ। अनि हामी नेपालीको कस्तो आत्मसाक्षी राखेर हामी लाइब्रेरीमा काम गर्छौं के। अब म 65 ओभर हुन लागिसके, तर पनि अलिकति केही गरौँ भन्ने भावना छ, तपाईहरुको नलेज बढोस् भन्ने भावना हो। अब सबैको जस्तो भोला सर, बुराडी सर, हाम्रो यादव भाइहरु, हामी एज बढी यादव भाइको त हुनुहुन्न, हाम्रो जिल्ला अधिकारी सरहरु 50 ओभरका मान्छेहरु पनि अहिले एकदम स्पिरिटली हामी यसमा जाउँ भन्छौं। तपाईहरु त अहिले न्यू जेनेरेसन हाम्रो छोरी जस्तो हुनुहुन्छ। तपाईहरुलाई अगाडि बढाएर हामी चाहिँ अलि रिटायर गरेर बस्छौं भन्ने सोचाइले नै हो यस्तो कार्यक्रमहरु हामी सञ्चालन गरेको। अब यसमा चाहिँ पार्टिसिपेन्ट चाहिँ धेरै भइदिएर हामीलाई सहयोग गर्नुभयो भने हामी हाम्रो कार्य चाहिँ हामी सफल गर्न सक्छौं। नत्र तपाईहरु कोही पनि हुनु भएन भने त हाम्रो कार्य सफलै हुँदैन। रिसोर्स पर्सन इफ्लादेखि अस्ट्रेलियादेखि आउनु भएको छ, त्यसमा चाहिँ यहाँ सबैको सहयोग नभइकन हामी एक्लै दुक्लेले कसैले पनि केही गर्न सक्दैन। धन्यवाद है। त्यो मैले मिठो तितो जे भने पनि सुनाउँ।
Thank you, Geeta ma'am. Now I think we need to start our talk program now. Ma'am?
to a new country and meeting lots of new people. Whereas you're probably in a better position because you'll be working with colleagues and people that you do already know. So in our workshops, we tend to have an orientation. This may not be as important for you in the different situations, but it's important for us to get to know each other. So we want to get to know you, and then to know how to run the workshop, to come to some agreement that we all know the map. We've been trying to get from A to B, and we've got lots of different routes we could go, but we want to try and be on the same track, rather than lots of different tracks. And so we want to identify the outcomes. Camilla, do you want to just give a little bit of background as to how you've got to where you are? In a few minutes?
Yes. Actually, my first experience at IFLA is as a participant to the IFLA Congress in 1998. IFLA is, as you know, I'm also coming from a developing country. My library doesn't have fund for attending various international conferences. I worked for 2 universities for 14 years, and then I joined this research library, now my 21st year at this library, but still we didn't have money to go for international conferences. So I learned again through a network, a friend of mine, a Swiss friend of mine, that there's this grant giving for developing countries for 1998 IFLA conference. So I applied. It's worldwide application. Is it all right to take one or I just want to...
Yes, exactly. No, very relevant.
Yeah. 40 participants were selected. Registration fee was not included in that travel grant. Somehow I got it. That was my first IFLA. I put some money for my registration on my own, and my office also gave a little bit because I made the case that I got this grant all over the world. This is a lifetime chance for a librarian to attend IFLA conference. So I got it. I attended. I was, nowhere, so many things happening, simultaneous, parallel sessions, simultaneous interpretations, wide range of topics which I was not exposed to at that time. No internet available like this that we are using today. So then I thought I must attend again. I got the IFLA fever. Then I thought I'm not going to attend as a participant. I must do something. And then 1999, luckily it was in Bangkok, very close to us. I attended on my own. I made a presentation, poster presentation. That was my beginning. And then again, I did 2002, I got a grant because I did a presentation likewise. That was my beginning at IFLA. And I ended up in the IFLA governing board, long way. I became a member of our section, region section, Asia and Oceania. Then I became the secretary, then I became the chair of that session, then I became the chair for all the regions, Asia and Oceania, Africa, Latin America and Caribbean. Then I represented regions in the governing board. So I mentioned these things. There's a very long part. It's up to you to select. IFLA is very democratic organization that they do things very democratically, very transparent manner, equal opportunity they observe. So it's up to you to. Sometimes you don't get everything. With greatest difficulty, I put some money. When I get partial grants, I just put. But I saw that as an investment in my career. Which, then this IFLA trend, I was very active in my own association. So I spread the word of IFLA and so many. I gave presentations after my first IFLA. I went to the British Council at the Library Association Forum. I gave my experience and I showed them all the opportunities that they could find assistance, including funding and how to present papers, everything. And now I'm very happy. Many Sri Lankans are in IFLA and they are in certain room. And like you people, we also work closely with IFLA. We put proposals and we also had things. And when 2000 Development Program Manager, we attended that. And now I'm here in Nepal. So probably then while we are doing the workshop within these 3 days, we will share more experiences.
After probably 10 or 12 years doing that, I moved to a university to become an academic. So the Queensland University of Technology had a library science program. And so I shifted across and became an academic, so teaching and doing some research and everything. From there, I became interested in IFLA in terms of my teaching side. I felt it was really important for the students to know a lot about what was happening in librarianship across the world. And within Australia, I was invited to stand for president of the Australian Library Association. And so that was, I think, 2005, 2006, something like that. And as part of that process, the executive director, the Australian Library and Information Association is a very well-established one. It's just celebrating 80 years at the moment and does have a very strong infrastructure, if you like. And it has an executive director. And the executive director at that stage was Jennifer Nicholson. And so she was, at that stage, living in Australia. It was nothing to do with the role that she came to play as Secretary General of IFLA itself. But she hosted a mid-year meeting. So there's the annual conference that happens for IFLA, and then certain sections have mid-year meetings somewhere in the world. And she was part of the Managing Library Association section, and so she hosted a mid-year meeting in Australia. And so part of that process, I was president-elect, so coming in as president, so she suggested it would be a good opportunity for me to get involved in that mid-year meeting, seeing as it was in the same country. And that was the beginning for me. I just met all of these IFLA, they brought the IFLA people to me. It was just amazing. And so from there I started going to the IFLA conference, but as a presenter rather than on any of the committees. But it very soon became clear that to be part of IFLA, it's important to contribute and not just take away from it. And that goes for all library associations, I'd say. And so I joined the section, I was elected to the section for education and training, so for the academic side of things, and spent 8 years on that committee. And then we were only allowed 2 terms of 4 years. And so I thought, oh well, do I walk away or do I find something else to do? And so I'm now co-chair of the CPD, Continuing Professional Development and Workplace Learning section. And that's a very, very active group because whatever area of librarianship you're involved in, professional development is going to be part of it. So all of the other sections of IFLA want to work with this section to make sure that the conference programs are relevant and things. And so I was asked originally at the beginning of the BSLA program. The testing had happened that Pramila was involved in, and one of the bits of feedback was that they would like some case studies. And so I just got an email from Stuart Hamilton, who was the Deputy Director General at that stage, saying, could I please write 20 case studies for them? Which was like out of the blue. I only knew a little bit about the program. And I was really busy, as usual, and I thought, I haven't got time to do this. Write 20 case studies. But I thought, if I say no, nothing will ever happen. If I say yes, who knows what doors will open from taking this opportunity. And so it was a funded position to do this work. They got some funding from the Gates Foundation to do so. So I actually employed a research assistant to help me do a lot of the background work so that I could still do all the other things that I was doing. And so the next IFLA conference, the case studies were presented and we worked through some of those.
And from there, I became, I was invited to become one of the trainers for very sad reasons, but I was a deputy to somebody else. And I say, the rest is history. It's just been a wonderful opportunity to work with so many different groups. And as Pramila says, we learn so much from these opportunities as well. I loved your analogy to the ocean. I think here you are in the mountains thinking about the ocean. But I think one of my favourite BSLA activities was working with the group of library associations in the Pacific Islands. There the ocean is important. Everyone was separated by thousands of kilometres. They've travelled, I know some of you have travelled far, but for this event a lot of people travelled 2,000 kilometres and no direct flights. It was very, very complex. But just the ability for those people to work together and to develop a really strong association that's very distributed in that way. So the ocean is important, but I like your mountains. Now, one of the things which we will skip over, and that's partly because we're running a little bit late on the schedule, but you have already introduced yourselves a little bit. But a strategy like this, an activity, can be quite helpful. There's lots, they're called icebreakers, which you've got plenty of ice here actually, but trying to talk about icebreakers in the Pacific Ocean was like, didn't make any sense. But something like this is just find out the individuality of the people who are in the room. And just something like a colour, this is a very colourful country, but the different colours that people choose and why they like that colour and what it means to them. Another icebreaker that I've done is about food. What's your favourite recipe? What's your favourite food and why do you like that?
यो पेपरमा चाहिँ तपाईहरुले आजको यो ट्रेनिङबाट के प्राप्त उपलब्धि हासिल गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भनेर तीनवटा पोइन्ट चाहिँ लेख्ने भन्नुभएको छ।
Good point. So that was each person. Okay, that was a question to you as a group. And if we had more time, yes, but that would involve lots of discussion. Individually, so just individually this time. Away from here. This is really is an important thing as a trainer again. You need to know what the people you are working with really want to make sure that you are able to meet their needs. As a trainer, you might have your ideas. This is what we want to achieve. But that may not be quite aligned with some of the local things in your own context. And so what we'd like you to do, and we've got some post-it, we haven't got different colours, sorry. The university, I stole them from the university and they only had yellow ones. So. The three most significant things you'd like to see the workshop achieve. So if we can just help you with that as well. Let's take a few. So we want one idea, because not 3 ideas on one piece of paper, on one sticky note, but 3 separate ones. These things are the hardest things to open. It is a multiple. Oh, you've got some. It's a colourful country. If anybody doesn't like yellow, he wants a different colour, then just take a couple of minutes.
Important main
त्यसको यसले चाहिँ भन्दैन यसको टार्गेट चाहिँ के रहेछ त्यही कुराहरू बुझ्न चाहेको त्यही त के अर्थ नपार्नु न
चाहिँ हाम्रो कम्युनिकेसन कम छ के त्यो एउटा राखिदिनु एसोसिएसन छ भन्ने कुरो नै हामीलाई थाहा छ नेटवर्किङ अफ एमोङ लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसनको कुराहरू लेख्नुहोस् कि त्यही नै कमजोरी छ हाम्रो कहाँ कुन लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसन छ भन्ने हामीले अहिले यो वर्कसप गर्दा बल्ल अलिअलि हामीले थाहा भयो त्यो एउटा चाहिँ मेन पोइन्ट नेटवर्किङ एमङ द लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएसन इन नेपाल
Again, we're sort of aware of time, so a good opportunity would be for everybody to go around and talk about those objectives that they've got. The strategy we're going to sort of jump in with is that we'll collect them, and Pramila and I will look through them during the break, and then we can sort of report back and sort of make sure that we're all on the same page at that point. Okay, so just hold on to them for the moment, and as soon as we get to the break, then we'll make sure that we do that. So again, this is for you as trainers. You have to sort of be fairly nimble about your programming as to how the time is going with different things. But thank you all for doing that, and I'm looking forward to actually reading through all of those. Now again, there's an activity which will sort of reduce in this situation as well. But because you are a big group, what we term ground rules. Is that a concept you understand? Having ground rules, having basic agreement about the way we're going to run the workshop. Okay, so it's a bit like if you've got children, there are boundaries. You know, if you don't want to overstep the boundary and become a naughty child, you've got to behave in a certain way. And for a good workshop, there is just some agreement that we might have. As I say, we'll skip sort of through them. Something you could do with your group, especially if you think that they're not going to be conscious of time, or they've got, if you're running it in somebody's organisation and there's the temptation they'll run off to their office and do their own work rather than be at the workshop, there's different things you can do. But just to give you some ideas, typical ground rules. And we can just agree on some of these. Okay, we want you to be here. All right, not somewhere else. Who's for that? There's a mobile phone in here. So things like that can be distracting, you know, in terms of what's going on. But so equally well, there are situations where I've had people in the room say, no, my son's just had an accident, I do need to know. You know, there are real reasons why you might need to have your phone on, and to appreciate those situations as well. Okay, so what would you say you would like for this group?
Yes.
Any special ones you want to sort of agree to?
Brainstorming must be much more visible.
Sorry? Brainstorming must be?
Must be much more visible for each individual.
Okay, right. Yeah, so you have to be able to do that. That's good. Yeah. Or do you just basically, pretty much silence is consent? You agree with basically all of those things we've said, so we can just come back to you if we think that things are going on.
Help the needy. Help the needy.
Help the needy. Yes, okay, so if you've got some ideas and you need to support somebody else, that's a very good idea. All right, yes. Because there are lots of different levels of experience in the room. And so the ability to sort of, in your groups, some of you with more experience are going to be in almost like the trainer role within your groups. So to help facilitate what's happening at your different trainings. So that's a really good point. Thanks, Anna.
There's another idea.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Adding something is from tomorrow or from today only, there will be someone, new faces for coming and joining our training.
Okay, all right. So
because of the less number, we
yes.
have called 2 or 3 persons.
Okay,
so working in the library.
Okay, great. Okay, so that does bring. They'll have missed this day. All right. So all of the preparatory side of things. So if you do have a new person at your table, then again the same sort of philosophy that you help them come up to speed very quickly. And that happened in Jakarta. 2 of our colleagues from Micronesia, in fact, their flight was severely delayed, almost like 24 hours. Okay, so we've gone through that sort of orientation of the actual people side of it. Then we want to find out what we're actually going to be doing for the next few days. And again, you have got the whole program. The materials, okay? There's the PowerPoint presentations, which we're working from. Ika has the final copies anyway, so these will obviously be made available to you and ultimately translated in terms of what's happening with the translation work. There are some training manuals. We haven't provided those. I have got some here. Yeah. So these all sit on the IFLA website. There is a BSLA training area. Yes. Yeah. Yes, so we'll show you all of that later on. But all of these materials are available to you. They're all Creative Commons. They're all things that you can change and do. So there's a total of 8 modules, which is way beyond what we're doing in this workshop. And then you've got the learning materials that the way it's worked, we've got, as you can see from the program, which I've just put down again, sorry, we've divided the program up into different sessions, but the content has been taken from the bigger training resources. So to keep things simple, your activities numbers are not numbered within the session, which I started doing, now I've got it's not working. They're taken from the training materials, so you can go back to the original materials and see how it's in the bigger area, the bigger resources. Okay, then the program for the next 3 days. So we're looking on today at the role of contemporary library associations in a changing world. That's going to be the main focus. And then taking that very sort of high-level idea down to your own country, reviewing the role of library associations here in Nepal, and then beginning to think in general terms about what makes a strong library association, as opposed to just ordinary, not very well performing library association. So that's what we want to get through today. So a lot of thinking and a lot of talking.